Hi, my name is Vamp, and welcome to the podcast. I am joined here with special guest D.E. Zach.
Hello, everyone.
For those listening that don't know, what is your job title?
Yeah, I am a community coordinator here at Digital Extremes. I work on Warframe and I work a lot with the Warframe creator program. So I get to meet lots of great people, including yourself here. And I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and it's great. Absolutely unreal experience.
You have been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it. The time is crazy, especially with
Yeah, yeah,
COVID and work from home. It's been crazy.
yeah, the daytime is pretty crazy. Okay, so I have to bring this up because it's
Sure.
one of the things I mentioned when I first met you, actually. I don't even know what you thought about my comment, but one of my first comments was um, H instead of K.
Yes, I actually do remember. Yep. I do. I get that all the time. But H is the right way. It's the superior way to spell it.
But see, you're the second Zach I've ever met that has it
Yeah.
spelled with an H.
Only the second day. We're rare. We're a rare breed.
You know, like those what are they called? Shiny Pokemon?
Yeah. I'm a shiny. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I've met like ZA double K. I've met double C. There are way too many ways. Need
Ah.
to make a stand. H only.
What do you think about void shells?
I was so excited when we announced them, and that was a hard secret to keep, I think, because it was something early on that we were discussing, and that we were thinking of doing it. And I'm pretty sure a handful of people had mentioned the idea in like the Discord or on Twitter, and I was like, well, I guess just hold on because they're coming soon. I love them. I've only really fooled around with the operator drifter void shells, the one you get
Oh,
after
okay.
the quest, and I you can spend some time going
Yeah,
through them and find
yeah.
the perfect for
Now,
sure.
how I understand it personally, see, you may not know this about me, but I actually, from time to time, do work in I've worked in 3ds Max, Blender. So to
Nice.
me, the void shells are essentially a material editor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's where my mind goes, is like Blender, like material swaps or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
it's
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Now you've probably play tested them more than I have, though.
Yes. Um, I think that with the current, I am excited to get them on more frames. I think I'm going to try and get like my favorite frames. Like, I want one for Nezha, I want one for Zephyr so
Oh
bad. So I'm
yeah,
definitely excited to see more in the future. But I'm so happy they came out
I
for the three
imagine
that we have.
I imagine a few will come out with every update, maybe.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
it's
yeah,
probably another thing that we can think about, kind of just like how deluxes
yeah,
act as well.
yeah.
It's kind of like, new weapons, new this. So we'll see with future content that I
Well,
can't say much, but
because I know it uses a new system, so
hmm
that's why
hmm
it can't easily just be backlogged to everything because it
yes,
uses a new system.
I I
That much
I
I
knew
know, but yeah.
it was mentioned on the dev stream how it's surprising how much work it takes to get these on, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, release them on all the skins, and that would be so good, but you would think it would just be easy to swap out the materials and let people change them, but I remember it would go back and forth for just the three that we had for months. So hopefully, I think that now that we've kind of figured out all the little details, it will become a bit easier. But yeah, I know that's a popular piece of feedback. Put them
I'll
on
be,
everything, and it's yeah.
yeah. I'll be honest, I was originally one of those people oh, it's just a material editor. Why can't it be
Yeah,
put on everything? But then I realized that more like a in-game material editor generator or emulator, if you will. So it,
Yeah.
had to emulate a material editor, not a literal material editor. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And it's building on, 8, 9 years of code and character models. So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't envy the work that had to go into it. I'm happy that we can just celebrate it, that it's here and we can work it. But yeah,
And
yeah,
as far as I know, Warframe runs on its own engine, so
it does. Yeah.
yeah, nothing
Yep.
like Unreal Engine or Unity or anything like that. I don't know how the topic shifted to this, but yeah.
I can't. I'm like probably the furthest away from a game dev. I love learning about it, but I am not. I'm not a genius like our guys on our
I'm
team. So
not a game dev either. If I was talking with Steve, I probably wouldn't understand half of the details that
oh, you have no
yeah.
idea. Yeah, I think a big part of learning the job and starting in the last year was understanding, as we call it, like dev speak. Like you'll read like a change or something, and it's like almost in a total different language, and you have to try and figure out what it means in, I guess you could say, like consumer friendly or community friendly wording and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, let's see. I do have some talking points here, but
Sure.
apparently I'm not very good at writing talking points. I wrote down K versus H. We already covered that.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
how do you like the update?
I love it. This has been something that I think we knew was the next step from New War. And I think when a lot of people were like, oh, the New War was great, but we're so excited for the content, I was like, oh, this is going to be such a great update. So I'm so happy it's out. And I know I've mentioned this before on the Discord, how bad I am at keeping secrets. Luckily, I don't reveal anything. I haven't done it yet. But I think that when we get to show stuff on the dev streams and the update comes out, it's nice to be able to celebrate that it's out. I know that we had um, a lot of bugs, and we were happy that we had all the reports and fixing the stuff. But this, I think, sets the foundations for things that we want to work on in that post New War world, as we've mentioned. So I love it. I've been playing so much. It feels so weird to be playing on normal tile sets. If I have to go do like a Nightwave mission or something on somewhere other than the Zeraman, I'm like, oh, this is so weird. Like we've just added so
I
much. So
actually can relate. For like the first week, I've been doing non-stop update stuff. So when I went
yeah,
back to the old title set, it was like, oh yeah, that's a whole other part of the game that exists.
yeah, for sure. It feels so like old. Like you're like, why are we still fighting about this? Like there's like the Zeraman is halfway out of the void, and we're fighting about like resources. It's cool. Do you like it?
Yeah, actually, I like the
That's good.
update quite a bit. Now, I will be honest. There is one thing I'm kind of iffy about still,
Oh
and
yeah.
that is the how you you know reputation for the new
Mm-hmm.
syndicate. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just very bad at maps in general, so yeah. But
Oh yeah,
overall,
for
it's still
collecting.
fun. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with you. I quite enjoy a good squad that will find them for me. I'm very bad at finding secret holes. Like I
yeah,
know a
yeah.
little bit of what I'm looking for, but I'm very happy to have squad mates in public matches that find them. I'm like, thank you, because I'm bad at navigating maps too.
Speaking of public matches, since you brought
Hmm.
it up, how often would you say you play with people on public quite a bit?
Oh yeah, all the time. I love playing with squads, and unless I'm specifically doing something that requires solo, like sometimes I'll, if I'm just testing out a weapon or I'm testing out um, a warframe, I don't really like to hop in a pub match because probably I'm gonna leave the mission early because I want to like tweak things and stuff.
Ah, okay.
But I play on public all the time. When the update releases, I play on public all the time. When we're building up to an update, I switch more to like our internal test build to test, so I don't get to play
Uh-huh.
as much before update comes out. But yeah, I've met a lot of great Tenno. I've met like I think one or two creators by chance just joining. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been asked specifically to give someone something in game. It happens on Discord
Okay.
all of the time, but not in game.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Speaking of Discord, now I have to tell the people who are listening this for the next bit I'm going to ask you or comment on. But for those of you guys that don't know, I am in one Discord with Zach here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I okay, so I may be a bit eccentric at times, but he puts up with me.
I love it. I love it.
Actually, and this is the part that I wanted to tee up as it were, he kind of makes it harder on himself because he has all these secrets he can't give away. We both do sign NDAs. For those of you guys that don't know, it stands for non-disclosure agreements. But the amount he knows is way greater than what I know. And then he asks stuff in the Discord like, "What do you think the update is going to be?" Knowing that he cannot tell us information.
Yeah, I asked. I think I asked what people thought Void Armageddon was before the update.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone got it right.
No, we didn't. I like Void Armageddon. I know the mixed reactions about it, but I like it because it reminds me of a tower defense game.
Yeah, I loved it, and it's hard. When we were playtesting, it was like the first time in a while that I had to change up my arsenal. Like I was pretty locked in for most of the stuff that I was doing, and I was like, oh man, I gotta figure out something new. And I really enjoyed going back and finding new stuff that worked a lot better. I think we adjusted the difficulty litter because before it was really really hard to beat Void Armageddon. It was really really hard, but I think we adjusted to be fair. I think difficulty isn't even the word to say. It was unfair. So yeah, I like.
Okay, like unfair, like Fortuna on launch, unfair, or
like you could be fighting the angel in Armageddon, and there would still be like enemies spawning, attacking.
That's super unfair. I can't imagine that because now it kind of just takes a break from the whole Armageddon thing for you to fight the angel.
Yeah, and I think they had more health too. Like we were testing different amps and stuff. Like the videos I've seen, and even some pub matches, that angel does not stand a chance with those amp builds. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are running Maturai as well. But yeah. Before it took a while. It took like a good 5 minute. It was like a 5-minute angel fight, and so we lowered it because it had a lot of HP.
Yeah, well, see, shields are the things that make angel fights real difficult. The HP doesn't make it as difficult as you might think, but the shields are the big thing.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
Okay, talking points. See, I knew I'd get distracted, so I wrote some talking points, but I decided I was going to like literally 5 minutes before I called you, so they aren't full talking points. Like I literally have a talking point here that says Doctor Strange ... void shell skins. I know what I meant, but I guess that's what's important, that I know what I meant. So now I'm going to date this whole podcast episode, so now I gotta put it up sooner than later. But Doctor Strange, no spoilers, I haven't seen it, but did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was very good. I love my Marvel movies, and I always make it a point to go see it on opening night. But I also need to see it again before I make like a final say. But it was really good. It was a wild ride.
Okay.
And I have never seen a theater so packed in so long. Because our theaters were closed for a while with COVID. And
our theaters were closed for quite a while.
And even when they opened, you couldn't sit beside people and stuff. So it was crazy walking in and seeing everyone in their seats. I was like, oh my gosh. So it was a little taste of things going back to normal. Which is nice.
Yeah. And about the void shell skin. Okay, so I made a vault using like sort of Doctor Strange colors.
Yeah, I saw it. It was so cool.
Yeah, I posted it on TikTok and YouTube for YouTube Shorts, but it's easier to send a link for the TikTok than it is the YouTube Short.
You have
Like
so
that.
many views on TikTok. It's crazy. I don't have TikTok or I don't have an account, but like you have millions. You have some videos that have like millions of views, right?
Yeah. Man,
That's
okay.
crazy.
So it's funny you would bring up some of those videos because Taylor joined me for a stream not too long ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were talking about how some of, not all, but some of my content on TikTok might be a bit questionable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, which is actually why now that should make a little more sense to you what I said in the
Yeah.
Discord. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. But you keep killing all the warframes, man. I think you just do it to target me now.
Okay, that last one literally was to target you. I can't lie about that. I literally, as soon as my game updated, opened it,
Oh
bought
man.
a second copy of Gaia just so I could do that.
Wow. I don't know if I'm honored or offended that you would spend money to make me feel pain.
A little of both, I'd hope.
A little of both.
Now, what do you think of, and this is just, I don't even have a segue into this. What do you think of Zelda, Legend of Zelda?
Well, now we're talking. I love Legend of Zelda. It's amazing. Now, I'm not like I think as big as a fan as other people because I didn't play any Zelda games before Breath of the Wild, which is probably
What? No.
I know.
What? What?
Well,
No.
like not never played, but I played a few of them. But I've like always just played like Mario games and stuff like that growing up. So Breath of the Wild was like my first little adventure into Zelda, which is still my favorite game of all time. And then it made me go back and play some of them, and they're very good. But I'm very excited for Breath of the
Okay,
Wild too.
did you go back and just to so you know, I'm going to be judging you very harshly on this. Did you go back and play Ocarina of Time at least?
I did. I played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Okay.
And I know a little bit of Wind Waker, a little bit of Skyward Sword, and then I played a little bit of the remake of Link's Awakening.
Okay. I know a bit of Wind Waker, but I'm not a big fan of Wind Waker personally.
Love me some Zelda. But we gotta wait for Breath of the Wild too, man.
Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild 2. Probably gonna be a prequel, which I'm okay with that. So far, it's already had one prequel. See, I don't like prequel movies that much, but
Same.
I don't care for but I don't mind prequel games apparently because stuff. Yeah, because
lore and all that.
Okay, so what TV show do you watch?
Ooh, I watch a lot of TV shows. Recently, I watched and finished Moon Knight, which is pretty good. I finished Better
Moon
Call
Knight.
Saul, which is pretty good.
Okay, I'm not up to date on Better Call Saul. Moon
It's
Knight,
good.
though.
Have you watched it?
Yes, I've seen every episode. And
Yeah.
guys, for like, skip ahead the next maybe 4 or 5 minutes because there might be a little bit of spoilers. And yeah, for those of you guys that haven't seen it all, I don't want to spoil you guys. But yeah, you did say you saw it, correct?
Yes, and
Okay.
I liked it. It was weird. It was so different, and I think the first 3 episodes were like my favorite. I liked the finale. But the first 3 were my favorite.
It did not, the ending did not happen how I thought it would. See, I
Yes.
thought in the beginning I was like, oh, so they're only using 2 of his personalities because, you know, he had several more in the comics.
Right.
But that ending, it was like, oh, so there's another one. And I remember also saying out loud, never trust a god.
True. Very true. Because that's basically this whole show. It's don't trust a god. The ending confused me. Like, I watched it and watched the post credit, and I was like, am I like dumb? Because I just don't get it right now. And then I had to like look at someone explaining it, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But I think if you
Okay.
knew the comics, it made more sense. And I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know the comics at the
Yeah.
time. And but yeah, it was interesting. I don't think it's the end. I think there's probably going to be a
Yeah,
season
well,
two.
I get that depends on how popular of a show it was.
Hey, they got the money to make it. They're
Yeah,
not hurting. They can do
yeah,
it.
I mean, Disney owns it now, so they can
Yeah.
do whatever they want. Yeah. Speaking of Disney, they own Deadpool now too, which is weird to say,
Yeah.
but
Very
yeah.
weird. I think this isn't a spoiler. I'll try. I don't think it's a spoiler. But I'm pretty surprised Doctor Strange got like a kid-friendly rating because it's
Oh, okay.
pretty like intense. I think I was like, "Whoa, it's definitely getting to that point where I can see them making a Deadpool movie, like a new one, and getting away with it, and without having to make it like R-rated or whatever. Because
Ah,
this
okay.
movie is it has some scenes. I guess when you'll
Okay.
see it, you know what I'm talking
Okay.
about. But yeah, it has some scenes.
Okay. See, I do know. I only know two big characters in that whole movie. On the like that Doctor Strange and Wanda,
Yeah, yeah, that's the big two. I can't
and
say anything else though. I can't say
and
who else is in
and Doctor Strange, I guess. But that's all I know.
it. That's good. I much prefer not knowing a lot about a movie before
Yeah,
I go in.
I prefer it to. Okay, I try to stay away from most of the trailers for
Yeah.
it, which I succeeded at, except for one got through, but that's Twitch's fault because I went to watch someone else's stream and they played an ad, and the ad was
Really?
a trailer. Yeah.
That's unfair. That is not nice. Yeah, because I'm with you. I watched the first one or two, like when the movie gets announced and when
Yeah,
it's coming out,
yeah.
but they just start spoiling more and
Yeah,
more as you get
exactly.
closer. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I was
I
like,
went
what, are you gonna spoil the whole movie for me now?
They do. I went back and watched the trailers that I missed after I watched the movie, and I was like, wow, they show a lot in these trailers. So don't watch them. Don't watch those trailers.
Yeah, in my opinion, there's a big difference between getting people hyped and just spoiling epic parts of. Speaking of spoiling, and this is a Warframe tie-in,
Okay,
because
okay.
I feel like we kind of got off the rails a bit, but okay, so spoiling. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, at the beginning of the dev stream, back around when it first started and whatnot,
Hmm.
Megan and Rebecca were notorious for giving away spoiler to upcoming things in Warfare. I feel like you guys have gotten a lot better at keeping the
Yeah, I think we
secrets.
have.
Yeah.
I can't blame them. It's so hard because when you just basically start to surround yourself with like the update that we will when we're writing patch notes. Like we'll send it to the team and be like, we have to double check that we're not spoiling anything because it just becomes so common knowledge for us at that point, and you just don't know like, oh, is this a spoiler? Is not. Like sometimes we just like would write in Void Angel in the patch notes without even thinking about it, but that's a
Oh,
spoiler.
yeah.
So we'd
Yeah.
have to like be like, oh, I can't say that. So yeah, it's hard. I don't blame them,
Like,
but it's like, oh,
I get technically. Okay, see, that's the thing. The operator, I
mm-hmm.
would say is a spoiler, but isn't a spoiler at the same time because you guys use the operator quite a bit in your promotional trailer material for
Yeah, I
Warframe
would say the
initially.
line is starting to blur on that. I think at the time when like, the second dream was like the furthest you could go, like it was the thing to play the game for. it was definitely a hard spoiler. But there's so many like bigger spoiler things happening now that it's Second Dream isn't even like the end of the game. Like Second Dream's like the middle. It's getting closer to the middle of your time playing the game. So
Actually,
it's
one could
interesting.
argue that one day Second Dream is just going to be like, okay, you're finally past tutorial mode. Now you can play the actual game.
I wouldn't doubt it. Obviously, we try and change up the new player experience, and like we've been doing over the past couple months, that it will probably get easier and easier, and because we want people to play the new content. Obviously, like we don't want
Yeah.
a new player to be like, oh, that like game looks cool, and then like
Oh, yeah, like,
have like
they
100 hours
see
ahead
a
of them.
super good trailer, then they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I gotta wait like 20 days before I can
yeah,
play what I
yeah.
saw. Yeah.
So with the new player changes were great, and I think even the recent one, like just giving that Necromech blueprint, I think is a big one for people because we want people to be able to play the main story, as we've called it, of Warframe without having to wait a month to play it.
I have a bone to pick with you guys about that Necromech blueprint
Oh,
that
do you?
father sent me. Yes, I spent ages farming the map and
Yeah.
everything I needed for that Necromech blueprint. To my surprise, I log in on update day, being so excited, and then the father's like, oh, you know that thing you spent days crafting? Well, here's everything you need for it.
Yep. I did the grind too, but yeah, at least you got to play the new one when it came out. Though.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. You worked for
That
it.
probably I'd say bone to pick with you guys, but that's probably how it is in every game in reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything, you got day one, later on you'll get for free in the game in a feature update. That's for most games.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like Destiny. Yes, podcast people that are listening, I said Destiny. Okay, because I don't know if you know this, but there's this weird Destiny versus Warframe thing in
Oh
both
yeah, yeah.
in the Warframe community and somewhat Destiny community as well. I don't understand it, but I do know it exists.
Space games, man. They just bound together.
Yes.
Yeah, the Destiny versus Warframe debate. A lot of my time I'm on Steam, and yeah, it's popular over there as well. I think there's a lot of differences. I don't think I've played Destiny 2 for 40 years,
They
so I think
don't
a lot has
have
changed.
they don't have as much in common as most people like to think they do. I mean, they have guns and they
Guns in space.
yeah, guns, space, and even Warframe. Warframe is different in the sense. See, Warframe, I would say, I guess maybe they're both looter shooters, but Warframe looter thing works a bit different, considering that most of the time you're looting materials to craft stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Versus
I would love to.
engrams.
I would love to play Destiny 2 again. I think seeing all their like promotional material over the last couple of months, because they kind of shared a little. I think they released a big expansion too around New War, if I remember. And that's great because that game is. I
Actually,
don't
yeah,
even.
they did. Well, it
How
was about 2 months after New World, which I
2
was
months?
grateful for
Yeah.
because I wanted to play that content as well. So, yeah.
I've whenever we release an update day, I know some people are really into like Final Fantasy as well, and they're like, oh, but the new the new raid comes out. So
Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember the New World came out around the time as a big update in Final Fantasy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People they had to either pick or they had to like game every day to try and finish one before the other.
Yeah. Warframe TV show.
Warframe TV show.
Ever gonna
What?
happen? Ever considered a thing? If Disney one day wanted to give you a giant stack of money to make a TV show, would you?
I don't know anyone in their right mind that would say no to Disney money, but if we had to make a TV show, I think we'd have to like double our company size. We are already so busy making one game. I can't even
Oh,
imagine what it would take to make a TV
actually,
show.
yeah. Okay, see, I can agree with that because not a lot of people remember or know, but you guys did try to make a second game.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it was, what was it, Eternals?
Yeah, The Amazing Eternal,
Yeah,
I think was called. Yep.
yeah, yeah, I
That
remember.
was before my time, but I think 2018, I think was when they did it.
Yeah, I believe the Aiden was in the Discord at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been part of the Wolfram community for a long time. Since back when Danielle Danielle was tech support, sort of speak, and D Drew actually hosted PS4 at 4.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's so long ago. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all just talking about work uh anniversaries, and it's cool. It's cool to see the team grow and for faces to pop up. I've been extremely grateful for the time that I've spent and the cool things I've gotten to do. I'm excited for like in-person events because I want to meet all you guys creators and say hello in person, not just a call profile picture on Discord.
Oh yeah, I get that it was kind of unfortunate timing for y'all because like right when you join, we're like just about to begin a pandemic, so
Yeah.
no one can. Yeah.
So different. Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to work in the office because waiting and all that, but I've been happy to meet people, my coworkers in real life. But yeah, I graduated school in a pandemic and didn't have a graduation ceremony, and then just kind of started working. So it's interesting.
Okay. Okay. So it will be overwhelming once everyone can get out and
Yes.
everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll feel good though.
Yep. Yep. I thought about something else, then I forgot, but I'm gonna remember it. Give me a second. I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep on talking and saying random stuff until it comes to me. Oh yeah, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yes. What do you think of Pokemon?
I love Pokemon.
Okay.
I uh I just watched my partner finish Legends Arceus, and I love Pokemon.
Oh, I do actually want to play that game quite a bit.
You should get it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Now, here's a question which may cause some controversy in the office. Who knows?
Okay,
Would you
okay.
say you're a bigger Pokemon fan than Taylor?
I don't know. I am afraid to answer because Taylor could be a secret Pokemon addict and I would no idea. But we'll see. I think now we have to reveal the truth. But I think I'm pretty up there. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Okay, my actual favorite Pokemon is Ditto.
Oh, that's such a good one. He can
I'd
be anything.
say actual favorite because I used to tell people, like when I was a little kid, that
Yeah.
Pikachu was my favorite. You know,
The
because it's a
classic.
classic.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't go wrong with Pikachu. Everyone's like, oh yeah, that's my favorite too, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Ditto's actually my favorite.
Nice. Ditto's a good one.
Necromech frame, win.
Necromech frame.
Yes,
That
Necromech
has some.
frame. We have an Arcwing frame. We have a K-Drive frame.
Wow, that is some. That is some. We got to figure out the lore for that one. We got to be like, Father, what are you doing? Putting Warframes and Necromechs. That would be interesting. But
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
kind of just want to see like, you know, just a Warframe that just has 2 arch guns, like as arms, which is basically just a mech, a necromech. There you go.
Father just got bored one day, so
Yeah.
he just threw whatever together he had lying around. Because I remember back in the day, before you guys did updates on console and PC simultaneously, like you do nowadays,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
awesome. But back in the day, consoles were waiting up to 2 months sometimes
Oh yeah.
before the next update. And then once we got the update, it would be like content overload because PC got an update every week at that time. So we would just have everything at once.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's way better now that we're simultaneously. And it's crazy to think that it's actually been just over a year now that we started doing that, because I believe the last update that wasn't um simulshift was Sisters of Parvos.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that wasn't was it? I remember now because Nintendo Switch actually got the downside of that deal. It had to do with the hours, different time zones.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so it wasn't approved or something on Nintendo's end at that time. So had to wait some hours for it to be available. And yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But now it's a lot better. Now, if only you guys made the Void Trader the same wares on all
Yeah.
platforms. Yeah,
Barrow's a busy man.
yeah.
He's got to go to he's got to have many different wares and stuff. Hey, he's making money
Yeah,
from it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna have to happen though eventually.
Yeah, it will. I assume sometime when mobile comes. Speaking of mobile,
Hmm.
I know. Okay, this is just speculating. I know all you can do is speculate with me because you. Honestly, I don't even know if you know much more about Wolfram on mobile than I do. So,
Well, I purposely don't know. Um, can't keep a secret if I don't know it, but there's kind of a whole other like realm for that stuff, and I'm just kind of busy
okay,
focusing
okay.
on stuff that I care about. So I could
Oh,
ask,
okay,
but then
okay.
I would have to keep a
But
secret.
then you'd know, yeah,
Then I
exactly.
would know, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'd be going into Discord making all these, oh, this might happen. This probably will happen. And then even if I'm right, you won't be able to say
I can't tell you.
anything.
There are
Yeah.
so many cool like controllers for mobile phones now, because there's like PUBG Mobile has like these crazy controllers for like tapping your screen and stuff that it almost just feels like a console at that point. So I bet you there'll be someone will make a controller for Warframe Mobile probably.
Yeah, probably is that like a hint at we're going to make a controller. We're going into the controller making business.
Yes, we're now fully switching companies now. I mean, you can already connect like controllers to mobile phones and stuff, which is cool, so you're
Yeah,
not stuck. But
yeah.
I'm just excited to like not get up on a Saturday and just lay in bed and just play Warframe. That's my
Oh
dream.
yeah, because I assume not too long after or sometime when Wolfram Mobile comes out, we'll be getting cross save. So
Crossplay, cross it.
crossplay, cross save. Actually, I was very surprised you guys announced both crossplay and cross save.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I think I still have the clip of it up on my stream. I was super excited for it. Yeah,
That was so cool.
yeah.
Like watching everyone's reactions to like what we had planned and stuff. That was also an impossible secret. Because it blew all our minds when they announced it. We're like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then we were like, oh, we should just pretend like just have Sheldon join on the couch or something. It's just so funny on his phone. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay. Damn, I knew before that reveal I should have went into Discord and said, hey, you know what? I bet Wolfram coming to mobile.
So but you do all your editing and stuff on your Mac, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I like a Mac for productivity. I used to have one in school and I really, really liked it.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
it's real good. I use Final Cut Pro.
yeah, you've been saying
Mm.
it's really good. Is it a lot better than what you're using?
Actually, in a lot of ways, yes. Some would argue that DaVinci is still better because it's free, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pure amount of plugins, community support, background rendering, magic timeline, I didn't know I needed it till I got used to it. Now I don't like go back because it literally lets you attach top, level clips to
Yeah,
the main level, and it just does all this awesome extra stuff.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it really is. Now, unfortunately, the Final Cut Pro is not very cheap, especially if you want motion um along with it. Motion, I forget what it's called, something motion. But yeah, Final Cut Pro motion, and then the compressor for audio. The whole package together, unless you're a student or a teacher or something, would run you almost $700.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's not including the barrier price you need to even be able to run those since they're Mac only
Jeez, yeah.
program.
It's
Yes,
expensive to be a
it
creative.
is expensive. Yeah,
Very expensive.
yeah. Let's see. Other talking notes. Okay, well, that's very helpful past Vamp. I have literally right here, make up the rest as you go along. That doesn't
I think we did a
help
good
me.
job.
Let's see. Oh, here's a question. Back to Zelda.
Okay.
Would you say you're a bigger Zelda fan than Megan?
Probably not.
Oh, I thought you were going to say probably. I was going to say,
No.
oh, wow, because the majority of what I talked about with Megan was Zelda related.
Yeah, I think well, she's got tattoos and we talk about Zelda all the time, but I don't think I can even get close to that. No. I would lose in a Zelda competition. That's for sure.
Yeah, she is a big Zelda fan. We also talked about that water temple.
In Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
stupid water
That
temple.
stupid water temple. All water levels suck in all video games.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Sea of Thieves, where the whole game is water.
Not for nothing, but I also include that logic in Warframe. I do not like Shockwing, okay?
Shark Wing? Yeah, it's a dividing topic. It's
Yeah, it
you're
really
either
is.
for it or against it. No one just
Yeah,
like kind of likes it.
yeah,
You either love
yeah.
it or you hate it.
It's one of those things. Actually, speaking of dividing topics and the second dream, see, back and forth. Okay. Well, that second dream, okay, the biggest appeal, I think the biggest thing about the second dream was that it was one of the first times that nothing was leaked for anyone.
Oh,
So the whole community as a whole was 100% surprised when
yeah.
it came out.
That's so cool.
Now
I
the
loved watching reactions of that.
yeah, I actually saw quite a bit of reaction. Well, when I could. Unfortunately, had to wait a few weeks because at that time, the PC update was before console still.
Right,
So
right.
yeah. But overall, it was real good. Now, the community was divided about Operator. A lot of people loved the Operator surprise, but a lot of
Mhm.
people also were like, I thought we were supposed to be the operator.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, type thing. But no, we're the operator operating the operator.
So
Oh,
much.
dang, cunning weapons. We do gotta talk about those because I am actually enjoying it quite a bit. I think the secondary is probably going to be my new secondary main, probably.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah, secondary's awesome. I honestly hope it doesn't get nerfed. That's how powerful I think it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
When they're so powerful, like because I've seen a lot of videos being like, "Wow, these are so powerful." It is kind of like the furthest in the game you can be right now. Like you have to do everything in the game to get these evolving weapons. So like, yeah, they're powerful. It's kind of like when the Nadaruk from the New War came out, where we gave that bow, and
Oh,
I love that bow.
yeah.
That bow is super powerful. But
What's
we were looking at it, we are like, oh,
funny,
it's pretty powerful.
it's funny you'd mention that, Bo, because I was just thinking the other day, I don't see hardly anyone using that bow these days.
Really? It is
Yeah.
so good.
Which is crazy because it had unlimited. So much so, I thought it was going to get nerfed at launch too because it was so good. It has unlimited arrows.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I like about it. I know some people prefer AoE weapons. Like it is kind of a single target weapon with it has good like punch through, but I get it if you prefer just like
Well,
AoE. But
most
I love
bows
bows.
are
Yeah,
AoE.
I
I mean, single shot weapons. Speaking of stuff that arrived, okay, so I got a package from you guys not too long
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Okay, it was a total surprise to me.
That's
So
good.
much so I was like, wait, did I order anything? I had to go online and check all my order histories.
Yeah.
And then I even looked up the company because, UPS said, that it was some company partnering with some other company, a puzzle company and a cardboard cutout company, which makes sense now that I
Yeah.
know what the package is. But before then, I was like, what? Did I order like a puzzle for my sister or my mom or something? Or what's going on here? But yeah, yeah. And then I opened it and it's my least favorite frame. And then I was like, okay, well, it was a nice package anyway. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone else got that same thing. No, no, different content creators got different frames. I got caught up with Excalibur, but other content creators got other frames.
That's too funny.
And then I remember thinking, Taylor, because I remember telling her I don't like Excalibur, and it sounded like something she would totally do. Oh yeah, yeah, Excalibur, he loves Excalibur. But
What's
yeah,
wrong with Excalibur?
okay,
Tell me.
so see, it's not Excalibur's fault even that I don't care for him. It's because when I first started Warframe, and even sometimes to this day, but not as much, um, just everyone, I play public a lot, so it seemed like everyone would go in with Excalibur, right? But a
Oh, right.
fully unmodded Excalibur, but they thought that 4 was like the best thing on the planet, so they would hit 4, try hitting stuff, hit nothing, then die. Then I'd have to revive them, and then the cycle just begins again and again.
So you have like a hatred just from
Yeah.
just from that. That's funny.
Yeah, like I said, it's not Excalibur's fault at all, but I do like his Umbra form both better, mostly because the scarf.
It is so cool looking.
Now,
One of the coolest looking frames.
if he ever gets a void shell, he has to be able to keep the scarf. Okay? Yeah, yeah,
We'll make sure it gets materials
yeah.
changed.
I say this a lot, but yeah, write that down.
If there's one thing.
Now, see, those of you guys that are listening, that was kind of an inside joke, but that's because I say write that down a lot in the Discord. I mean, I literally ping him just to say write that down. We got a water-based frame, then we got an electric-based frame. Now we need another fire-based frame.
Maybe we need like an avatar based for all of them.
I was just going to say that because, that Teshin gameplay was so fun. So
Ooh,
I would
yeah.
love a frame that could do that.
The only one that's sort of like that is Lavos. Sorta. But he kind of just like infuses his abilities. It would be cool to see like, imagine a Warframe that had like 3 different sets of abilities. So you would have like 12 abilities and you could rotate between like the water, the electric, and the fire. That would be
TennoCon. I can't wait for TennoCon. I can't wait to see how you guys one up this update because it was a very big update. I don't know much that can one up this update. This update had brought some of my community back to Warframe, believe it or not.
nice. That's so cool. That's great to hear. Yeah, obviously that's always our goal, and so that's great to hear. And we're excited for TanaCon. I cannot say anything, but I know that when we were kind of talking about this update, it kind of felt like a TanaCon update in itself. It just had like a lot and had like the longest patch notes ever. So I think we'll be able to do it.
Oh, okay. TennoCon update bigger than this one confirmed. Read all about it.
I'm pretty sure we crashed the Twitch account page last year because we asked everyone to unlink and relink their accounts, and I'm pretty sure it like crashed the the website.
You got a stern email from Twitch. It's nice you're using our platform, but please don't do that again. But yeah, thank you for doing this with me. It took a while for us to find time, but that's because I always seem to ask you when there's a big update coming up.
Yes. So, I'm so glad I could make it. Thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
Yeah, no problem.
Chatting with you.
Anytime. And I mean anytime. Just say, hey, Vamp, podcast. I'll know what you mean.
I've got to leak the next update. Let's have
The next update is just going to be one Umbra with every foremost spot being an Umbra. Foremost.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me because I don't have any.
Okay, but yeah, thank you again for stopping by.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. And I would say I'll talk to you sometime in the future, but I mean, I'll literally see you in the Discord sometime after the...
I will literally talk to you in 5 minutes.
All